Hello, and welcome to Canadian Rights Reviews, where we examine the ins and outs of Canadian rights, freedoms, laws, and policies. Today's video comes from the YouTube channel of Heidi Ho, Canadian Freedom Fighter. It deals with unlawful detention and obstruction laws related to failure to ID. I have limited my review to the portion of this December 2019 audit, which includes the police interaction. The entire video is worth a look at as, although otherwise uneventful, Heidi provides details of a much more serious violation of rights, in a separate incident in which she has been pursuing action. Our video begins after 28 minutes of being on location at a Brinks facility in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Heidi had wrapped up her audit and was waiting on a taxi to leave the scene.
Oh. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. What's going on?
I believe winter.
How come you're taking pictures of Brinks?
Because I can.
Okay, well they're a little bit concerned.
Well, that's not my problem. They should maybe go to their doctor and get some pills.
Well, no, they're concerned because they have a high security here because they move money.
Well, that's not my concern.
And robberies and things are...
Still not my concern.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
None of your business.
Actually, it is. You're part of a call right now.
No, you're not. No.
Concern.
You want to arrest me?
Yeah,
I'll give you my name.
You for obstruction.
Well, you can arrest me for false arrest. Go right ahead.
Okay. I need to know your ID.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Can't intimidate me.
Okay.
I haven't broken any law.
You're the subject of a suspicious person call.
That's fine.
You've caused them concern.
That's fine.
Okay.
I can be suspicious all I want.
So I have
In fact, if I want to, I could have wore a mask today. There's no law against that either.
Nope.
I'm practicing my federal Charter of Rights,
Sure.
Public photography,
Sure.
and that's what I'm doing.
But they have some reason for...
I don't care. I don't know their name. I don't know your
fine.
name.
I'm not gonna
and I'm not
process
asking
them.
for their name. I'm just asking to be left alone. I have a cab coming. I'll be leaving shortly as soon as my cab comes.
But I'm going to
and I'm on my
identify you
way.
Before you leave.
No.
Yes, I will be.
No.
I'm telling you, if you do not provide your identity, I will arrest you for obstruction. Because you have caused them concern.
Well, anywhere there's a camera causes people concern.
No, not in this manner, not in these circumstances.
I have previously covered case law with regard to illegal detainment and obstruction charges in another video, see link above, and we will briefly cite those cases later here. I did want to use this time to explore a little more deeply case law that provides reasoning behind later decisions. The landmark 1984 Supreme Court case of Hunter v. Southam clearly established Section 8 of the Charter includes privacy rights. In 1988, the Supreme Court relied heavily on Hunter v. Southam when considering the case of R.V. Dimond. In this case, a doctor took a blood sample from an individual after a traffic accident and subsequently provided that sample to police. At the time, there was no legal basis for the police to have a sample of the blood. Unlawfully obtaining a blood sample is clearly a more egregious infringement of rights than an unlawful demand for ID. Despite that, we feel we can draw a parallel to police invading privacy rights to obtain something they are not legally entitled to, and some of the language from this case is applicable. The court stated, Section 8 of the Charter is concerned not only with the protection of property but also with the protection of the privacy interests of individuals for search and seizure. The distinction between a seizure and a mere finding of evidence is to be made at the point where it can be reasonably be said that the individual ceased to have a privacy interest in the subject matter seized. If the privacy of the individual is to be protected, we cannot afford to wait to vindicate it only after it has been violated. This is inherent in the notion of being secure against unreasonable searches and seizures. Invasions of privacy must be prevented, and where privacy is outweighed by other societal claims, there must be clear rules setting forth the conditions in which it can be violated. This is especially true of law enforcement, which involves the freedom of the subject. In providing a direct quote from Hunter v. Southam, they held, quite simply, the Constitution does not tolerate a low standard which would validate intrusion on the basis of suspicion, and authorize fishing expeditions of considerable latitude. They also went on to quote Judge J. Brandeis' dissenting opinion for the 1928 case of Olmsted v. United States. The greatest dangers to liberty lurk in insidious encroachment by men of zeal, well-meaning but without understanding. The language and reasoning of these cases serves as the backbone for later rulings, such as in the 2004 case of R.V. Mann, where the court found that police officers must have reasonable grounds to suspect in all the circumstances that the individual is connected to a particular crime. We hear Constable Parker make reference to circumstances several times in the video. However, the language is clear. Particular crime, not particular suspicious activity. As per Section 495 of the Canadian Criminal Code, an arrest can be made without warrant, if the officer has a reasonable belief an indictable offense has been committed. In this case, obstruction. However, per the 1990 case of RV Story, what the officer thinks is reasonable is not sufficient. Rather, that reasonableness must be objective. Would other reasonable people come to the same conclusion? In this case, clearly not, as there is no suspicion of a specific crime which would permit a demand for ID, making the demand unlawful. The Criminal Code definition of obstruction comes with the qualifier that the officer must be acting lawfully. Any arrest made for obstruction is voided by the unlawful demand for ID in such cases.
Because this is a secure building who transport money for their job, right? So their safety is a huge concern of theirs. When somebody is compromising their safety by taking pictures, watching them, that causes concern. Okay.
Well, it causes concern anywhere, though.
If you were downtown taking pictures of normal citizens.
Well, you know what?
That's different.
Under protest,
okay.
I'm going to show you my ID,
Sure.
and then I'm going to lay a formal complaint,
Sure.
and I'm also going to start a lawsuit for you interfering
Sure.
in my public photography.
That's fine.
That's fine then too.
Yes. Now, can I see?
They don't like it when you video them.
Can I see your ID, sir?
Did I insult you yet?
No.
Then why are you insulting me?
What do you mean? I'm asking.
Why did you call me sir?
I'm sorry. What are your pronouns that you go by?
Well, I'm a female. Do you want to check?
No.
You're welcome to put your hands down my pants.
Ma'am, can I see your photo ID then, please? I don't know why you're being so difficult with this.
Because my constitutional rights under the Charter of Rights say that I do not have to identify myself unless I'm in the progress of committing a crime, about to commit a crime.
Well, I would disagree with you in this set of circumstances.
Well, you can disagree all you want.
If you're downtown doing something like
you
this,
can disagree all you want.
Sure.
But under protest, I'm showing my ID.
Sure.
Because I don't want to be arrested and miss my cab, and then he loses a fare.
Are you from the city, ma'am?
Well, that's what my ID will tell you now, won't it?
I guess it might be.
I guess it should.
Some people don't update their IDs though very often, so. Thank you. Do you have a specific reason why you're doing this?
Because it's my right.
Okay, but why Brinks is all I'm asking.
Because anywhere is my right.
So you're doing this just to be difficult and scare them?
Just to exercise my Canadian rights.
Okay.
Just a minute, there's my cabbie.
Sure. Is your first name Heidi?
That's me.
That's you. Okay, thank you.
Hello. Hi, do you want to put, we'll put my scooter in the back?
Yeah, I'm in.
So this cop thinks he's a smartass. Well, we're going to be a bigger smartass. He has no right to interfere. Under threat of arrest, he made me produce my ID.
Actually,
He threatened to arrest me if I didn't tell him who I was. And that's against our Charter of Rights. So I'm going to be suing them. I just got to wait back for my ID, and then we can go. So you can start your meter so you're not being punished because of this asshole.
so where are we going?
I need your business card when we're done.
I don't have one actually, but I'll give you my name.
Well, you can write it down.
No, I can give it to you.
Okay, you're on video.
That's fine. I'm not going to write it down for you. It's Constable Parker.
Number 840.
Yeah.
And he's a violator of Charter of Rights.
Well, I would
And we'll
disagree
be
with you.
suing him.
Sure, you can do that.
Well, I most
Like
certainly
said,
will.
In these circumstances,
I don't
with
care about
Brinks-
your circumstances. Are you
Well,
done with me?
Yeah, I am done.
Well,
with
then
you.
goodbye.
I've actually had quite a bit enough of you.
I've had quite a
Have
bit
good
enough of
day,
you.
Heidi.
You're a
take care.
scumbucket.
You take care, Heidi.
Bye, scumbucket. You're a violator. You shouldn't be a cop. You should be just a violator. Yeah, goodbye, violator. By the way, don't eat any yellow snow or brown snow. It's not good for your health. And when you get home, don't beat your dog or kick your wife.
Your stuff.
So now I get to sue him.
Why you came here?
Don't go away because I don't have my seatbelt on. You'll give us a ticket.
Okay.
Constable Parker gets a fail. His demeanor was mostly fine, but when you violate rights, when you threaten unlawful arrest, our auditor gets a pass. While some of her comments can be considered inflammatory, there is good reason to be upset. In the comments for the original video, Heidi stated she won a complaint, but considering other comments it is unclear if this is in reference to this or another interaction. I have emailed Heidi for further information but had not heard back at the time of posting. We will update you further if we learn of any meaningful developments in this case. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.